Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and finally, we're going to be taking a look at Hitman. So, this is a module of my own, and this is all based off of the Hitman series. This is referring to Hitman 1, Hitman 2, Hitman 3, Hitman 2016, and so on and so forth. So, what we're essentially going to be doing is this is similar to identification modules, except the nice thing about this one is it's actually one stage. So our goal here is taking a look at the image on the right here to identify the target and simply look at these different names that we have here and select the name by pressing fire to submit the module. So your objective is to identify and enter the name of the target to eliminate them, and the potential hitman are from all contracts that other hitman games have sent in. So we have the way that the manual is organized is based off of the order of which the events take place in the game. So you've got the first Hitman. You start off with your two tutorial guys. Then you go on to Paris and so on and so forth. It's all of the targets in chronological order, and along with some of the special targets stated afterwards. For example, the ending would be with Eric Sodas and Yuki Yamazaki, but there's also some special targets that were made that are actually part of the actual game, such as Dino Bosco and Kwang Tang and Matu Mandola, and so on and so forth. But these are all different special missions that were made after the original story. Then on to Hitman 2, and then lastly Hitman 3. Along with the bottom bit here with elusive targets, which appear once, and they're a little bit of a special case. They happen to appear once, and you only get one chance to kill them, so they're very rare targets, and they only pop up every now, and then they last for like a week. Um, and then you also have some of the Hitman 2 Sniper Assassin ones, and that's about it. So our goal here is to essentially identify some key characteristics of each target. Each target actually looks very similar, but the area that I really want to cover the most is going to be focusing on Hitman 3's agents. There are 11 different agents in the levels, and there are many that look very similar to one another. So it's very important that we be able to distinguish them. The easy ones to distinguish from one another are going to be Agent Banner, Montgomery, um, Price, Swan, and Thames. Those guys are pretty easy to distinguish from one another because Banner is the one that has the crew hat on. He's the only one that actually is blending in with the crew. Montgomery is the only one that you can actually see his face pretty clearly with the light here. Price is the only black guy for all of these. That's pretty easy to distinct. He's also wearing a tie as well, so he looks like an actual assassin. Swan, the way that you can actually tell him is by his shirt. His background is also a little bit different too, but he does actually wear sunglasses, and you can't really distinct that from one another. So Swan is going to be looking up and to the left. Tams is the only one with that mask that he wears, so that's pretty easy to distinct. But I want to cover the differences between Tremaine, Rhodes, Lowenthal, Davenport, Chamberlain, and Agent Green. Agent Green and Chamberlain are pretty much the exact same guys. However, we must pay attention to their lights. For example, Chamberlain has the little neon light in the background there, whereas Chamberlain does not. So that's the way that you can distinguish them from one another. And actually, another way that you can tell is you can actually see the Club Hall insert or Club Hell shirt on green easier than Chamberlain's, which is down in the bottom left instead. So next up, Davenport, Lowenthal, and Rhodes, and that's not what I wanted to do. And Tremaine. Tremaine, the way that you can tell Tremaine is he has the window behind him back there. That's a pretty easy way to distinct him. Rhodes and Lowenthal are easily the trickiest. Rhodes sort of has his neck curved back a little bit, whereas Lowenthal sort of has that ROC thing or BOC thing in the back there. And then Davenport is the one that's looking down. So he's actually the only one that's looking down, down to the bottom left. So that's the way that you can distinguish them from one another. However, let's get into this module. So the way that you would describe these characters is you can describe them by their glasses, their backgrounds, their hairstyle, etc., whether they're male or female, and their skin color, for example. If they have facial hair, there's plenty of different opportunities that you can actually distinct them from one another, and all of them are actually pretty easy to figure out. Now, sometimes for names, they happen to have this little parentheses as like Hugo for example, Klaus Hugo Strandberg. What that means is that this we're going to omit these parts if you're using this on Twitch plays. So just a little heads up there. So this would apply for Klaus Hugo Strandberg just because of how long the names are, as well as Archibald Don Yates. Don Yates. And this is what you would submit. You would omit the Don, and you would submit Archibald Yates. So let's actually get into the module. So this first target that we're looking at here looks like a woman, and she has a red lipstick. It seems like she has actually white hair, and she has some sort of um, little thing in the background there. Her eyes are looking down, and she looks like a nasty woman, honestly. So we're gonna look through here. White hair woman. I'm not seeing any of those. Yuki Yamazaki would be pretty easy to tell. She's white hair, but obviously she's not looking down and to the left. Moving on. White-haired woman. That's Sierra Knox. Sierra Knox is not white-haired. She's blonde. And here we have Athena Savalas. Athena Savalas would be our target, so we're going to find her in the series of names that we have here present. The age and the reason are irrelevant. We had a little bit of fun with this, and we'd say that it would be pretty funny to have a little age that wouldn't make sense at all, and a reason for some funny KTANE references. So Athena Savalas, we're going to hit fire, and just like that, the blood is splattered, and the module is solved. So next up, let's take a look at this next one here. So this guy is wearing glasses. He's looking off to the left. He's got a beard. He's got brown hair. And that's pretty much all I can go off of. Now, I totally want to use my Hitman knowledge and just say that this is Rico Delgado. And as we can see here, he's looking off to the left with glasses, and he's not. And it's important to make sure that you also pay attention to the lighting. For example, Jorge Franco obviously is not a red person. That's just simply the lighting that he's in. But you can actually use that to distinct them from one another. So in this case, this one's going to be Rico Delgado. And this is exactly what I mean. This is one of the agents. Right here, so this is going to be taking a look down here. We have Agent Banner right here. He's got the crew hat. You can't exactly see it. It's a little bit weird how you can't actually see it, but with enough information, you could totally distinguish them from one another. But it's very important that you have a good idea of what the agents actually look like, because that's going to make or break the module. So Agent Banner, and the module solved. This is another agent right here. We just recovered this one beforehand. This was Agent Tams, so let's submit this guy. And the nice thing is that if actually, for example, we only have a limited amount of names present, so you could actually choose, you could actually look around and see if there are any other potential agents present, and you can simply submit them or do some queries with your expert and figure out what's what. So that's the nice thing about this, is that there is a limited amount of pools, and it's not all of the names present. It's simply just like, I think it's like 20 names present, or like 10, 15, somewhere around that range, and you can simply fire the guy to solve the module. So next up, this is a woman. She's got lipstick on, she's got a green hat, and she sort of looks like she's got like a wood background somewhat. So let's look around here. Oh, right here, Maya Pavarti. So Maya Pavarti, we'll submit her. Wherever she is. Maya Pavarti, there we go. Alright, and let's just go through these last few here. So, this guy has glasses. It's not sunglasses, it's glasses. He's looking off to the left. You can't see his face very visibly. It's actually covered by a shadow, so that's actually really helpful. So we can take a look around, and we can take a look. This is Matu Mendola. Matu Mendola. This guy, he's looking straight at the camera, but he looks like he's actually distanced quite a bit from the actual camera itself. He's got gray hair. He's got a red scarf. He's got a red tie. So this guy, scroll down. So let's scroll down here. It doesn't look like he's from the main game at all. I don't see any elusive targets. And here we are, Dorian Lang. Dorian Lang is our guy. Now this guy actually looks like he's wearing a hazmat suit. So that's actually just a perfect description on its own. You can find the guy with the hazmat suit, which is up here, Klaus Liebleed. A couple more left. This guy is wearing sort of what looks like a top hat. He's got a beard, full goatee, and a little mustache as well. So let's take a look around for this guy. He could be an elusive target. I do think I remember seeing him as an elusive target. Yes, this is Kieran Hudson. Find you in here, Kieran Hudson, and we'll press fire. Solve the module. Now, taking a look here, this guy has sort of like little bit of a burn on his actual right side of his face, so we can take a look for that. His eye, it looks like it's a little bit of a fake eye, and then the left is his real eye, so we can actually use that information to figure out that this is Robert Knox. And lastly, let's take a look here. This woman, she has sort of like she's got normal glasses, just reading glasses. She's got lipstick. It's a woman. She's got black hair, it seems, and she's got like that little almost like that little scarf or dress that like the 101 Dalmatians lady, I can't remember her name, has. So you can look for that, for example. And like describing the stuff is totally fair game. Um, Another way that you can help, another way that you can determine some of these guys is Marcus Stuyvesant is actually my Discord profile picture. So if you can want to, you can just be like, hey, where's Caleb? And you can find this guy right here, Marcus Stuyvesant, my favorite target, just because of how his background looks. But taking a look around here, our target that we're going to be looking at is, I think it's an elusive target, is Miranda Jamison right here. Find her name, and we'll solve this bomb. And just like that is a solved module. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and stay hunting. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.